G'day guys, Kalen here from REDARC. In this video, we're going to briefly take you through the installation of your new REDARC RedVision system. Before attempting to install this system, please ensure you've read the product user manual and you're familiar with the product. If you don't feel confident to install the system on your own, we have a long list of installers that would be happy to recommend so you can have your products professionally installed. But if you're ready for a DIY, let's have a look at the components we have here. For this install, you will need the following tools and parts: cable cutters, wire strippers, flat blade screwdriver, 6 gauge or 6 BNS cable, 0 or 2 gauge or BNS cable, cable lugs, screws and bolts to mount, zip ties and heat shrink for neatness, and Anderson plugs would be an optional for external inputs. Today we'll do this install on a board for simplicity and so you can see clearly where everything is laid out. But this would also work if you were mounting the system in a cabinet or anywhere in the vehicle or camper really. To begin with, we'll look at mounting the RedVision display. The display should be mounted inside the vehicle, RV, caravan, camper, protected from external environments. To mount the RedVision display, you'll need to locate the template on page 48 of the user manual and find an appropriate location. The display can be surface mounted or flush mounted, keeping in mind that the connecting cable will need enough space behind the display. RedVision comes with a 3-foot or 1 meter and a 16-foot or 5 meter cable for connecting the display to the distribution box, so ensure you are mounting the display within a suitable distance. If you're not using RedVision with the REDARC Manager 30, you'll only be required to use one of these cables. The mounting bolts or screws used can be a maximum size of M4 or 8 gauge. If you have our RedVision kit, including the Manager 30 battery management system, you should watch our Manager 30 install video by clicking on the link below. When mounting the distribution box, it can be mounted in any orientation, but for continued reliable operation, it must be mounted to a flat, solid surface using 4 M6 or 14 gauge bolts. Ensure there is access to the front panel so that a fuse may be replaced or the manual override feature can be used if necessary. Once you have mounted and connected both the display and the distribution box, it's time to start the simple process of wiring RedVision. Each of the connection points are labelled on the distribution box as you would see them when looking at the connector side. In this installation, we're going to start with the battery supply to the distribution box. On the far right of the distribution box, we have our main positive and ground connections. The auxiliary battery positive is the input from your secondary or house battery positive. What we need to do is connect the negative of your secondary battery terminal to the B-neg side of the battery sensor. Make sure the cable size is suitably rated for the total combined current of all of your loads. Using the supplied 80 amp MIDI fuse and a minimum 6 gauge cable or 6 BNS for runs under 10 feet, which is 3 meters, or 4 gauge for runs over 10 feet. The main ground connection needs to be connected to your common ground, or when using the Manager 30, as seen here, to the GND side of the sensor. These cables, as well as the recommended sizes for your grounds and outputs, can be found on page 14 of the user manual. The charger positive input is a 50 amp MIDI fused circuit within the distribution box. So if you have the REDARC Manager 30 battery management system or a REDARC BCDC charger, the output to the auxiliary battery positive is connected here. Pages 18 and 19 of the user manual outline these options. The next group of connections is the 5 30 amp channels that RedVision can control. These 5 channels are 30 amp current limited, also suitable for use with inductive loads such as water pumps or 12 volt compressor fridges. Simply connect the ground to the black. Connect the positive of your accessory to the red terminal block supplied with the kit. These terminal blocks will accept a maximum of 8 gauge or BNS cable. It is a good idea to write down the channel number that each accessory is connected to as this will assist you when configuring the system once installed. The next 5 channels are 10 amp current limited channels, which cannot be used for any inductive loads such as water pumps or fridges, as they are digitally controlled channels. The method for wiring follows on from the 30 amp channels, but the maximum cable size that will fit in a 10 amp terminal block is approximately 12 gauge or 6mm auto cable. RedVision can be integrated and installed with the REDARC Manager 30. Either purchase them together in the TVMS kit, or you might be adding this into an existing Manager 30 install. The next 2 terminals, the 2 R-Bus connectors, are where these systems are linked. If you purchase the TVMS kit, simply connect one of the RJ45 data cables from the Manager 30 to the distribution box. If you were adding RedVision to an existing setup, the Manager 30's remote monitor is no longer required, and you can use the old remote monitor cable to join to the RedVision R-Bus connector instead. If you would like to keep your existing Manager 30 screen in addition to the RedVision screen, an extra RJ45 T-piece is required, and you may simply leave it connected. The second R-Bus connector is used to join the RedVision display using one of the supplied RJ45 data cables. You will also be required to insert one of the terminating resistors into the spare terminal on the display. This finalises the CAN bus network. If RedVision is in use without the Manager 30, the second terminating resistor provided will need to be placed in the spare socket. The distribution box has 6 water level connectors that can be used to read the level from a 2 to 5 pin conductive tank sensor. When using a 5-pin sensor, RedVision can provide a display showing 4 sections: full, 3/4, half, quarter, and when the level is below a quarter, it will display empty. You can even configure alarms for empty water tanks or grey water tanks that are starting to get full. Next, we have the digital input and output connector. This 6-pin connector is used for 2 different purposes. Firstly, the digital inputs. Digital inputs are signals that can be configured to switch distribution box channels. For example, a vehicle ignition switch positive can be used to turn off your channels as soon as the ignition voltage is present, or a reverse trigger that turns on a rear light you have as a channel. This requires configuration once the installation has been completed and can be a 12-volt positive trigger, ground trigger, or open circuit trigger. Secondly, it can be used to display the vehicle's battery voltage on the RedVision display by connecting both a positive and negative from the vehicle's battery, as shown on page 15 of the user manual. The 2 temperature sensors that are supplied with RedVision can be used to measure things such as ambient air temperature, fridge temperature, or anything you like really, and they are connected here. These can be programmed to display in Fahrenheit or Celsius. Finally, the last remaining connection is an inverter terminal. This terminal allows RedVision to be the remote control for your inverter when connected to the remote port of your inverter via the supplied cable. The remote feature can be used with REDARC's RS or RS2 series inverters for 240-volt applications, or for 110-volt, Cotex SP series inverters can be used. Now that you have completed all of your RedVision connections, you can connect your battery terminals. Once you have finished the installation, the next step is to download the RedVision user app and configurator app. Now you simply need to configure the system using the configurator app, and you can click the link below to go to the instructional video. Thank you for watching our install today. And as always, if you need tech support or have any questions, you can call our team based here in Australia on the numbers below.